Welcome to Shrek Airsoft. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fine-tune your airsoft rifle. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to fine-tune a sniper rifle. But every airsoft riff, whether it's a pistol, AEG, LMG, whatever, can benefit from a little tuning. Tuning your sniper rifle involves four things: adjusting your BB weight, your spring weight, your piston weight, and also your hop-up. For a properly tuned sniper rifle, when your piston slams into the back of your nozzle, your BB should be about here. And there's two reasons for that. The first reason is this. Let's say your BB exits your inner barrel when the piston is about here. That means all this extra energy this piston is putting into this air is wasted because it's not propelling your BB. That's a loss of performance. The second reason is this. Believe it or not, recoil. Now, airsoft guns don't recoil the same way firearms do. But when your piston hits the back of your nozzle, it makes your gun twitch. And when your gun twitches, your barrel twitches a little bit. And if your BB is still in your barrel, when it twitches, it's going to throw your shot off. Now, you might not think that twitch is enough to throw your shot off, but I've done the math on it. If your rifle twitches at 5 degrees, then at 200 feet, you're going to miss by about 1.5 feet. If your rifle twitches at 10 degrees, you're going to miss by as much as 3 feet. You need to tune your rifle. How I do this is I first pick my BB weight, stick with it, and don't change it. So that's one thing we don't have to worry about. The next thing I do is I weight my piston, I leave it, I don't change it. So the only thing we really have to do is change our spring, change our hop up, and add FPS rings or air brake pins to get it to tune. For my test setup, I took a 6-inch long strip of paper about 1/4 inch wide and just rubber banded it to the front of my rifle. And you'll notice just a slight little movement makes this paper wiggle back and forth. So when you shoot, you can really see this paper twitch. I also have a rest to put my rifle on. If you try to hold this thing to do this test, your shaking is going to make this thing wiggle. It's going to be really, really hard to see. You'll need at least one box with a piece of black paper taped to the front of it. You'll also need your cell phone to record what you see and a totally free program called Shotcut. And at the end of the video, I'll show you how to put all of this together. But right now, let me show you the test. If you remember before, I said the BB just exits the inner barrel when the piston slams into the back of the nozzle. That is not testable. You actually have to use about 24 inches or about 2 feet. That way, your video camera can catch the twitch and the impact of the BB onto the black box so that we can see if it's properly tuned or not. Let me show you how this test looks. This is what Shotcut looks like when you first open it, right here. Pull the file off your phone into your computer. Then in the lower left-hand corner, click the playlist button and then drag and drop the file from your computer of your shots into the playlist. Next, drag the file from your playlist down into the view pane at the bottom of Shotcut. Under your playlist, click on Filters, then click the plus and select Size, Position, and Rotate. I want you to change the size from 100 to 250. That way we can zoom in and see the action. You can actually move the pane around by clicking on that little circle and just moving it around. Next, go to Properties, go up to Speed, and change it from 1x to 0.25x. That way we can slow it down so we can see what's going on. Now, let's go ahead and jump forward because I want to show you a sample shot that I made here. You can click on the timeline and you can advance it slowly by clicking the arrow keys. Over here, there's actually a time counter, and I can tell you right now this time counter is not very accurate, but we can use it to time our shots to see if we're tuned. We can see our piece of paper on our rifle right here, and also this is where the BB is going to impact. Now watch closely as I slowly advance the counter. There's the BB impact, and now we can look up at our strip and look for the twitch. Now there's going to be a little twitch in the beginning caused by the recoil of the air pressure exiting the rifle. But what we're looking for is we're looking for big movement, and we'll see that here in a second. We can move the arrow keys back and forth to see when the impact happens, and then slowly advance the counter using the right arrow key to see when the piston hits the end of the nozzle and we get that big twitch. Now let's advance this just a little bit and let's go to a shot where to me it looks like the BB is still in the barrel when the piston hits the back of the nozzle. And this shot to me is a money shot. You'll see this in about 1 out of every 12 shots that you make. If you look at the end of the barrel, you can actually see a tiny white line going across to the black paper, and you can see where the BB impacts. You'll also notice you see that white line at about the same time the paper twitches. As a matter of fact, I think the paper twitches just a little bit too fast. In this case, the BB is still in the barrel. In this situation, you need to speed up your piston. You need to get a stronger spring, reduce the weight of your piston, change your hop up, or add an FPS ring. Now let's look at a shot where, in my opinion, this is a perfectly tuned rifle. Again, in this situation, I have a perfect shot line. You can see where the white strip of paper wiggles just a little bit from the recoil of the BB leaving the rifle. If we advance the counter just a little bit past the recoil of the BB exiting the rifle, there's the big wiggle that shows that the piston is slamming into the back of the nozzle. This is a perfectly tuned rifle, and this is something that you can look for. Like I said, that white line that you see will happen in about 1 out of every 12 shots, and that's what you're looking for. The SSG-11 does not have air brake pins yet. They're still in production with Nozzle, so I'm not going to use them for this rifle. However, if you're wondering what air brake pins, FPS rings, or weighted pistons do, I've actually done videos on all 3 of those, and you can find the links for them down in the description. For your hop up, set it and forget it. Don't change it. Most people tune their rifle to distance, not even thinking about barrel twitch or power loss. I'm tuning for consistency here. I would rather have dead on accuracy than range any day. Let's go over the test. You can either have a rifle that's perfectly tuned, too slow, or too fast. If it's too slow, your BB is still in the barrel and it twitches, throwing your shot off. If that happens, you need to speed up your rifle. You can do that by lowering the weight of your piston, getting a stronger spring, or reducing your hop up slightly, which I kind of don't recommend, and we'll talk more about the hop up here in a second. If you see that twitch well after that BB hits the black paper, that means your rifle is too fast and you need to slow it down. You can get a smaller spring, increase your hop up, or increase the weight of your piston. Now, a quick word about accuracy. You are accurate. Your rifle is consistent. And I don't care how consistent your rifle is, if you do not practice good shooting fundamentals, you are never ever going to hit your target. And by fundamentals, I'm talking about shoulder weld, cheek weld, breath control, trigger control, and sight picture. And I actually have a video on that, and it will help you master accuracy. Link for shooting fundamentals video is down in the description. Now, is it possible to have range and accuracy? Oh, absolutely. Once you get your rifle tuned, what you can do is go back out to the field, adjust your hop up to the maximum range that you want to see. Then redo your tuning test and see whether you need to speed up or slow down your rifle. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the description, or if you know a better way to tune your rifle, please let me know, because this method is a little bit complicated. I'd like to thank my 4 members, Emmanuel, Wesley, Marine Engineer, and No Key Lock. Proceeds from t-shirt sales and also memberships go back into the channel, and that is exactly how I get stuff to review, break, fix, and look at closely. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this method. Is it too complicated? Is it not worth it? But I guarantee if you do it, it will increase the accuracy of your shots, provided you do good shooting fundamentals. Thanks for staying with me to the end. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Now get out there and tune those rifles, and also look for that Discord server, because I'd really like to see some video of some really nicely tuned rifles and some really superb expert shots. This is Shrek, over and out.